Okay, and here's the next one. Is the next training update from 22nd September, which was yesterday. So the thing is, as I said in uh, previous installments, after that day, after 21st September, I got winded by wind. I don't know, wind just was blowing in my nerve continuously, and it got inflamed a bit. It felt like my ribs from the back side and from the front side were inflamed, and so when I was protracting the scapula or when I was flexing my spine forward, it felt I felt sharp pain in my nerves. It was yeah, like mainly on that day, 22nd September, so yesterday. But today it feels so much better. I feel like now I would be able to, train my shoulders and train my spinal erectors pretty easily without being limited by that sharp pain. So it was mainly just random. And so that was exactly why I skipped like half of my movements that involved very deep breathing that was triggering my that sharp pain, and that involves spinal flexion or scapular protraction per se. So I only did arms, cable push down, cable curl, then face pull and dead hangs. So those are things that didn't really affect, didn't really provoke my pain, my rib pain all that much. So I did those. I did what I could. But something like calf raises, where the weight was heavily pressing on my traps, and I was supposed to, to involve deep breathing to do calf raises well. Like it didn't work out. The same was for dumbbell rolls, for pullovers, etc. So I skipped those. But there's no reason why I skipped neck training. The only reason is because my homie also didn't feel quite well that day, so he only did 3 exercises and I did 4 exercises, and then you know, we have gone home because beforehand this day we're doing some, we're moving some furniture around from house to house. It took us around an hour of moving furniture, so we were a bit tired after that. And I also didn't sleep all this well that day. So cable pushdown. This way I tried, um, to manipulate the weight a bit, to pick an easier weight just to do more reps. Because I find like exercises on cables, those specific ones, especially cable pushdown, just feels better in a higher rep range. So I have chosen to do it with 35 kilograms rather than 40, and I did 13, 12, 10, and those sets felt pretty nice. I applied a bit more momentum, and it felt pretty amazing for my elbow. Like it's only have been a bit of shoulder pain, but for elbows it was perfect. 0 reps in reserve. And cable curl with 25 kilograms, and I did for 14, 15, 14, which surprised me quite a bit because I was able to push and to grind through reps much better than I expected to do. Because what, like, I thought I would be, I thought I would do something like 13, 12, 12, something along those lines, but I managed to do 14, 15, 14, which still means that I, hold back a bit on first set, but on remaining sets, last 2 sets were all the way to failure. The last rep was quite a bit slow. It took about 4 seconds to complete. Yeah, and the techniques that I used here, I I was leaning back a bit to manipulate the resistance profile and to make it stretch biased, and I think this is one of the reasons why I have managed to grind on those pretty hard and pretty long. And also, I did it with a stick, but I usually do it with a stick with fat grips. But this time I tried it without fat grips and it actually felt pretty nice. So I'm gonna stick just to a stick without fat grips for as long as I can. And when I start to feel some, wrist pain that might limit me, I'll just slap on fat grips. I guess I'll keep it as a soft variation. So I'll just change it whenever I feel like I'm supposed to change it. But for now, using just a stick, it feels perfectly fine. Then face pull, 15 kilograms for 9.8. I did apply a bit of momentum with those, but it actually feels way better. Like the resistance profile is just much smoother when you're doing your face pulls with a bit of momentum, because it's peak tension when the muscle is the most contracted, so it's very squeeze biased. So doing it with momentum is a very good idea. 1 out of 10 shoulder, 0 reps in reserve, and then dead hangs, fat grip, 30, 99, and 24 seconds. It felt like amazing pump on my amazing pump for forearms, and I got pretty hard on those. I think each set I had like no more than 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, actually about 3 to 4 seconds in reserve I maybe had, but my hand was already sleeping and I was just hanging on fat grips on the tips of my fingers. I was gripping as hard as I could, and it really felt like I've gotten quite a bit of stimulus for my forearms. A lot of people say that static holds don't grow muscles or they're not all that stimulatory, but I believe that doing them with fat grips, like when you're here, you're mostly contracted, but when you're doing it with fat grips like that, and especially when you don't cup like that, when you don't hang like that, but you actually allow to hang like that, and this way, not only the inner forearm is working hard, but also the outside of the forearm is working hard, because you're pushing both directions, and this way your fingers just work harder and you get more stimulus out of it. Yeah, so by the feelings of it, fat grip hangs really grow your forearms. I mean, this is what my intuition tells me. If I would stick to those, my forearms would certainly increase as I get stronger on those. Obviously, when the sets would take about a minute, not a minute necessarily, I guess when I'll hang for like, 45, 50 seconds, I would certainly start to add weight with the weighted belt. Yeah, that way it would be. I mean, to get big forearms for fat grip hanging, you need to hang with a lot of weight. People who do weighted pull-ups with fat grips with like 60 additional kilograms, they have amazingly developed forearms, But the thing is, even dead hangs with 60 kilograms with fat grips, it's already extremely impressive. Like, uh, and it will take quite a long time. Yeah. When it comes to weighted pull-ups themselves, I'm nowhere near quite strong for them for now. Hope within around 2 months I will be able to do normal pull-ups, with body weight, but I'm not quite strong enough for them yet. I need to get quite a bit stronger on wide grip pull downs. When my working weight will be like 55, 60 kilograms on wide grip pull downs, I will be able to, I will be strong enough to do like, sets of 8 on pull-ups with the neutral grip. Not wide, because wide is very hard for me right now. Even in the future it will be very hard. I will start with just neutral grip with fat grips, and as I will weigh that, yeah, I think that I will not even have to do dead hangs anymore once I will start to do weighted pull-ups. I'll just do weighted pull-ups with fat grips. Now I will just get a lot of diffuse tonnage for my forearms. Still, dead hangs, I love them. The only issue I have with them is that my shoulder isn't quite strong for them right now. Wait, I haven't written down that, but that session I felt like 2 out of 10 shoulders. No, actually not 2 out of 10. Actually, it felt so much better. Actually, from what I remember, like the shoulder felt mostly fine. It was like 1 out of 10, barely, like, yeah, so barely any pain. So this is good. Once I will be able to do dead hangs without any shoulder pain whatsoever and without any wrist pain, that would be an amazing exercise for building forearms. Yeah. So that's it. Only 4 exercises this day. But oh well, at least it's something. Next session, however, I'm sure that I will be able to train normally. Okay. Goodbye. Till the next one.